it's Nina here with Walla Stamping, and I have my paper pumpkin kit for March, and I absolutely love it. I have to share it with you today. Now I'm going to do 3 projects. I'm going to do one of each of the ones that come in your kit that is pre-designed for you, and then I'm going to give you an idea for an alternative project as well. So let's open the box, and I'll have to tell you, I've already had it open. I couldn't wait, and I've been playing with it this morning, so all my packaging is open and some of the pieces are missing because I have been playing with it. Inside you'll have your little advertisement for the April paper pumpkin. It's going to be fantastic. I can't tell you what's going to be in it because even I don't know. It's a surprise for me as well. So for the month of April, it looks like we're going to get a really special paper pumpkin. So if you're not currently a paper pumpkin subscriber of mine, feel free to reach out to me and ask me how to subscribe, but also on my blog I have a post there with a link that will take you directly to the page where you can start a subscription with Paper Pumpkin. So let's get on into the packaging here. Now look at the cute little projects they have. There's a little treat bag as well as a card that you can make, and all the instructions are on the inside. There's only 3 steps to each one, so that should say in itself that these projects are super easy to do. Now what all you're going to get inside, and you can see I've been playing, are these little punch out banners that you can stamp on. You will get some Stampin' Dimensionals, and you're going to get these little pom-poms in Peekaboo Peach. Oh shoot, I don't know what color blue and pink that is. I'll find out and I'll have it listed on the screen. But anyways, there's pink and blue and Peekaboo Peach in there. Then you've got some little clothespins. You have all of your envelopes for your cards. There's another set of those tags. And you have this stamp set that has little bunny face and ears and some sentiments and eggs and a bow. And then you have the pre-cut and scored cards to make some cards with, and then you have the stickers to do the little bunny ears with, and there are plenty of those for you to have fun with. And then you have these little bags that are going to make up your goodie bag, and you have a basic gray Stampin' Dot. So that's everything that is in the Paper Pumpkin for March. Now let me show you a couple of the projects that I've already made for you this morning. This is the little bag, the little treat bag. How cute is that? You stamp right onto the fabric, and then you take those little stickers and put those on the inside for the ears. And then I have one of the little cards that I've created here, and I use the little ear stickers to do that, and some of the baker's twine, which I forgot to show you that. I still had it setting out. So we've got baker's twine in 3 different colors that comes in the kit also. So there's one of the cards. So let me show you how to make these first, and then hang around to after this, and I will show you the surprise alternative project as well. I think we'll start with the card first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this card for you. So I'm going to grab that card, and I'm going to grab the little stickers for the ears, and then I'm going to decide which face I'm going to use. I've got some different blocks here this morning. I have 2 C blocks, and I have a G block to do my stamping with. Now of course when you first start your Paper Pumpkin subscription, you get a free D block in your kit. So I think for this one I'm going to do the bunny with his little eyes closed. So I'm going to get that sticker out, and then I'm going to do the nose that has the little heart on it. So I'm going to sit these out onto my cardstock, or actually it's not my cardstock but my card, and line them up how I'm going to want to stamp them. And that looks good, so I'm just going to take my block and press down on the back and pick those up. And I think I'm going to go ahead and grab the whiskers off of here too, and I'm just going to put those on, or put it on my G block. Okay, so I'm going to grab my basic gray ink here. I'm going to ink up his little face. It's so cute. I'm really excited that Stampin' Up! Has come out with this little Easter bunny stamp set for us to use. And then I'm going to stamp this sort of close to the bottom and make sure that I'm centered up left to right as well. And then I will ink up the whiskers and get those stamped. And what you'll do is right here in the center where there is a bar holding those whiskers together, you can just center that just under the bottom of his nose and center it left to right and stamp that down. How cute is that? I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and use the little stickers that match the design or the pattern on the card, and just stick those little ears right in place. Then for this one, I will be using the pink baker's twine, and I think this is probably Blushing Bride. That's kind of what it looks like to me. And you can just wrap that around your card a couple of times. And then I'm just going to tie it in a bow over here on the corner. Make it a little bit smaller. It certainly doesn't need to be that large. And I'm going to trim off the excess. Okay, so I've got that done, and just like that, it's already very, very cute. I think I'll go ahead and burnish this with my bone folder. But I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to grab one of these little banners out of the package and remove my whiskers, and then grab one of the sentiments, and I think I will put Happy Spring on this one. I've been using Happy Easter, but I think I'll just do a Happy Spring this time. Okay, oopsie, drop my ink spot. Get that inked up really well, and then just stamp that right in the center of your banner. Okay, there we go. Then you can just take one of the dimensionals and adhere that to the back of your banner. Peel the backing off. And it is a little bit wider than the banner, so I'm just going to flip that adhesive over, and then you can decide where you want to put it. I'm going to put mine right up here at the top, just on top of that baker's twine. So there is your card, and then of course you have a little envelope that you can slide your card into, and on the inside you can write a personal note, or there's another sentiment, or a couple of more in here actually, that says, "I'm glad you're my friend, I think you're great." You could stamp either of those on the inside if you wanted to. And the next thing that we're going to do is this little bag. So let me grab a bag out of the package, and since I already have this sweet little face mounted on this block, I'm just going to stick with that and get it inked up again, and then stamp this relatively close to the bottom of the bag. Give it a good press. How cute. Get my little whiskers inked up again. Get those stamped on there. Okay. Then the next thing we're going to do is grab some ears. There are 3 different patterns here. There is the splatter, and this is kind of, well, I don't really know what you would call that. It's just hashed. And then there are these. So for this one, I think I'm going to go with these stickers right here. So you just pop one of those stickers off, and I lay the bag down like this and put that sticker right in the very center and take your bone folder and give it a good press to make sure the adhesive really grabs hold of your fabric. And then this is already scored for you, so you can just give it a little pinch. Then I'll grab my second sticker, turn my bag to the other side, and there is a seam on this side. So what I do is I just pull my fabric taut a little bit, fold that seam over, then lay my little sticker down inside, press it down so it gets stuck really well, and then give it a little pinch. Now if there's a little piece of it sticking up like that, I just take my scissors and just trim that away. Okay, you can do that too. Then for the back, we're going to put a little Easter bunny tail on there. I'm going to use the peach one. Grab another dimensional, stick that on the back, peel the paper off, and then stick your little bunny tail on top of that adhesive. So there is your little bunny. And I just have some of these little malted milk eggs. I think Brock's or one of those, Palmer, somebody, I can't remember who makes these. But anyways, they're really good. I like to eat them. So I'm going to grab the peach colored baker's twine, unravel some of that, wrap it around my bag and get it tied. You can tie this in a bow or tie it in a knot. I choose to tie it in a bow so that whoever gets this little bag doesn't have to struggle to get into it, because a bow is easier to untie than a knot. Okay, then I'm going to snip this off again. And I love the fact that Stampin' Up! Has this little cutout in the top of this paper so that you can pull your string through it and keep it from unraveling. That is awesome. I'm so glad they thought of that detail. Okay, so there is that little bunny bag right there, but we're not quite done. There's a couple of more things we're going to do. I'm going to grab, I've got a mess going on over here. That's what I have. Let's see. Okay, grab another one of these little banners. And I need to grab one of the little clothespins. There we go. And I'm just going to stamp this since I already have it mounted on my block. Now this one I'm going to stamp more toward the little trimmed outside of the banner so that I have room to clip it over here. Then just take this and attach it to the little bunny ear or wherever you want to with your little clothespin. Are those not just the cutest little things? I absolutely love this paper pumpkin kit. It's so cute. I mean, wouldn't these make awesome little treats to send with your child to school if they have Easter parties there? My kids always did. And I know different parts of the country do or don't celebrate different holidays with their students, but if yours does, these are such an awesome little gift to send either to the teacher or to the fellow students in your child's class. And then these little cards could go along with it, or you could make those separate for a different occasion or for a family member or whatever. So now that we've got those done, I'm going to scoochy all of that out of the way, and I'm just going to stick with this stamp set since it's, well, no, I'm not. I'm going to show you a different face. So we're going to do, we'll put the little heart nose back and the little closed eyes back, and we will get out the regular little face, the regular little smile, and then put his eyes open right there. But I'm going to keep the whiskers, and then move this over here out of the way, keep the happy spring. What else do I need? Okay, So to make the alternative project, let me show you what it is and then we'll get going. This is just a small little triangular shaped box. Let me tell you the exact size of it. I didn't even measure it once I got it completed, which I know it's 3 inches wide and it is about 3.5 inches tall. So it's a decent sized little box to put candy in, and the way that you get your candy in is through this little opening in the top. You just squeeze the box and put your candy down inside. So this is my alternative project that I'm going to show you that you can do with pretty much everything that is in the paper pumpkin kit. I just used a couple of extra items that are not in the kit, but if you are a demonstrator, you probably already have these. And I do have a kit for this project. It has all of the consumable items in it for you to be able to make this project. You would just need the ink and the stamps and adhesive to complete it yourself. Now, in order to win this project, go over to my blog at wallastamping.com, look for the post of Funny Bunny Treat Box, and leave a comment and you'll be entered to win that kit. So I had done this one in crumb cake, but I felt like it was too blah, so I decided to remake it with Daffodil Delight. This piece is cut to 7 inches by 3 inches. You'll need a piece of Very Vanilla, and I have a piece here that is cut to 4 by 4 inches. Okay, so that's all the paper that you're going to need to make this project. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to need to do some scoring, so I'm going to grab my Simply Scored tool here. You'll take your Daffodil Delight and you'll put that in with the 7-inch edge across the top and score that at 3.5 inches. Then turn it where your 3-inch edge is across the top, and you're just going to make a little small indentation, a little bitty mark at 1.5 inches on both ends. Then you can see that on my scoreboard I have this white line drawn down the center, and this is why I do that. You need to do some diagonal scoring. So that little bitty mark that you just made, line that up with your score line here. Then the line that you made across the center, line it up down here, and then you'll score, which makes that a diagonal line. Then you'll swing your cardstock to the other side, line that little mark up there, line that center score line up there, and score. So what you'll end up having, I don't know how well you can see the score lines, but basically you have a triangle scored out of this side. So then you'll just flip that over to the other side and do the same thing again. So now you'll take your Very Vanilla and we'll go ahead and do some stamping. So I'm going to grab my face and my whiskers, and that's all I need for now. And I'm just going to use the basic gray Stampin' Spot that came in my paper pumpkin, and I'm just going to stamp that down here kind of in this corner. Give him some whiskers. Then I'm going to take the 2 little ear stamps that are in the paper pumpkin kit. I'll remove the whiskers and put those back over here. Then I'm just going to mount my little ears on my block C and get these inked up, just again using my basic gray Stampin' Spot to do this with. That was in the kit. I'm going to stamp those up over here. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is grab my Sweet Sugarplum ink pad and my Aqua Painter, and I'm just going to get a little bit of ink on my Aqua Painter and come in here and color in his ears just a little bit, just on the inside, just to give him some extra color. Okay. Then I'm going to come back in with my Wink of Stella and color on top of that to give those little ears some shimmer. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and trim these ears out because these I'm going to fussy cut out. But I'm going to grab my layering circles framelits and use the next to the smallest scallop circle and grab the big shot, put him on there, center up that little circle, but I want his mouth and face to be closer to the bottom of this scallop circle. Isn't he so cute? I think he's adorable. I love him. Then you'll just fussy cut the ears out. So now I have the little bunny's face and his ears cut out. And as you can see, I've left a little bit of a tail on there. I didn't worry about cutting that away, but it's going to be okay because that will be tucked behind his head and you're not going to see it anyway. So now let's get our box put together. So the first thing you'll do is fold and burnish all of your score lines. This is really a very quick box to put together, and it's super easy to make. So this is another idea for you to send to school with your children if they have a party celebrating Easter or spring or whatever they might do. So this is a quick, fun, little cute treat bag that you can make. So what I'm going to do now is your box will go together like this. So I'm going to turn it where the inside is facing me, and I'm going to put adhesive right along the very edge of the part that will be folded over the outside. And I just use fast fuse to do this with. Then I tuck these on the inside. The two pieces that have the adhesive I fold over on the outside, and I fold it in where those edges are tucked in all the way against that front, and then just fold these two little side flaps over, and you'll have this little bit of a valley shape on the side, and that's perfectly okay. Then I'm going to use my dimensionals, and I'm going to grab a couple of those and mount that on the back of my bunny. I'm going to do it on the top and the bottom. In other words, let me flip this over. I've got a dimensional on the back side here and down here. So in the kit I've got a strip of each of these two colors of the baker's twine. You can use either or you can use both. I'm going to do both on this one. So I'm going to wrap this around the bottom of the box. Okay, tie that bow. And then I want this to be pretty small because I don't want it to take up too much room where the bunny is. Now I will remove the adhesive from my dimensionals, and I'm going to put the dimensionals on top and on bottom of where that baker's twine is. Make sure he's in the center. Then I'm going to take my dimensionals, and on the edge there's usually like a little strip that are just half dimensionals, and I'm going to cut a couple of strips to adhere his ears into place. Grab one of my little banners out of my paper pumpkin kit, and my sentiment and my basic gray. Flip that over, glue dot on the back, And this glue dot is a little bit wider than this banner, but that is okay. All you've got to do is just take your finger and just fold that excess adhesive back over on top of itself. I'm going to stick that just under the edge of the bunny's face and then stick that down. So that's your alternative project for the March Paper Pumpkin Kit. So let me grab everything and bring it back into view so that you can see it all. And I just think this is absolutely one of the cutest little paper pumpkins I have ever made. So if you are interested in paper pumpkin, like I said, just go over to my blog and find the blog post about paper pumpkin. It will also be included at the bottom of the information sheet for this alternative project, and a list of all of the supplies that I used will be listed on that blog post as well. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you would like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would be great and awesome. Thank you very much. And while you're on my blog getting your free printable PDF for these projects, make sure to sign up for my newsletter there. I also send out exclusive free project tutorials every month to my subscribers as well. So I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.